Welcome back once again to United States and the Cold War. Last episode I left you off on a bit of a cliffhanger regarding whether we would not attack United States, but whether we would attack North Korea or not. And unfortunately that will end in a bit of an anticlimactic ending, simply that we have a truce that I didn't realize that we had with North Korea, meaning that until March 1st, 1957, we can't attack North Korea unless we want to have unnecessary penalties put on us. So we'll simply have to wait. That's that's the end of that decision. So a very quick ending to something I was trying to hype up in the last episode, kind of failing in that regard. So we'll have to focus on our little prototype army and see how it performs when it ends up in a conflict, which will, I kind of want to say hopefully soon, but at the same time for the peace of the world I kind of don't want that to happen. We'll see. Currently, there is peace in the world. There's no war happening at anywhere in the world. Not at any place in the world. No, maybe some rebellions, maybe some civil war, but no one really cares about that, especially if it happens in Africa and if it happens somewhere else that is of no relevance to America, right? There's apparently a rebellion happening in Jordan, but who cares about Jordan? There's no war between any countries, any two countries. Maybe some internal strife, but no wars. So that's good. That's probably a first for the world. So we'll see how long that lasts. We were supposed to be in the Korean War, if I'm not incorrect at this point. Maybe the Korean War ended. I only know that happened somewhere in the 50s. I have no idea when the Korean War actually ended. Or for that matter, when it started. But we were supposed to be in that. Though at the same time, we kind of had our Korean War. It just ended randomly. So we'll have our second war. Luckily, North Korea is under Chinese protection and not under Soviet Union protection. And the Soviet Union and People's Republic of China, not the best of friends. Not at all, which is good. I'm wondering if there will be a conflict with North Vietnam soon as well. They are under the protection of the Soviet Union, however, which is bad. We can develop the hydrogen bomb. And honestly, there's no point in not doing it. Let's see, where's the hydrogen bomb? We can develop a working space rocket. Acquire ICBM nuclear delivery means, which is as great things. No, wait, we can't do that yet. Okay. We will. Where is it? Private funding. Government funding. Government funding. Develop a working space rocket. That costs $1 million. Holy shit. Attempt a rocket launch. 80% chance of get our rocket launch attempt succeeded. Ah, it failed. Typical. Why would it fail? Let's do it again. Oh, we can't. Let's see. Develop the hydrogen bomb. There we go. It will cost us a lot, gain us infamy. Give us a lot of prestige though. That's another $1 million. Holy shit, things are expensive. And we can also International Court of Justice and Arbitration. Will be solved by the court, not by war. Alright, we have done good. We have done good in the world. By developing the hydrogen bomb and attempting to go into space. So can we see how long it will be? Holy shit, there's just so many. Space project attempted recently. We can only do it in the 30th of July 1954. So we will do it then. But we will do it again. That's the main point to remember. We will do it again. It's just gonna take a while before that happens. So we can increase speed even to speed 4. I almost never use speed 4 when doing one of these videos usually, but at the moment very little is happening. I guess they can have independence? Full independence of the Virgin Islands? Sure. By all means, have independence. For all I care, have independence. Virgin Islands. Isn't that what was before Danish West Indies? I'm pretty sure it is. Which is pretty cool. That the Danish had a West Indies. Nicaragua is joining our glorious bloc. We have so many allies coming from Central America. Honestly, there's just a bit too many. countries in Central America, if they could all just join together into some kind of Central American Union, it would be easier to keep track of them. How else will I remember Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Belize? Too many of them. Too many. Mexico. Mexico has finally joined our bloc. Wonderful. We have almost all of America now under our sphere. I'm pretty sure we have all of America under our sphere, technically speaking, but I mean in our bloc. You know what I mean. Let's see. How's it going in politics? I haven't really looked at politics in a while. People want the movement secularism. Religion, I'm pretty sure I had that before, but there's no state religion currently. And beyond that, we have 33.8% of the upper house are centrist moderates, meaning that we have this coalition between them, which is nice. I like having bipartisan in America. That's pretty sweet of them. We can go for nuclear power, which means we can build nuclear power plants, and that would be pretty cool. Who doesn't like to have that? Yeah, let's go for nuclear power. We're in a very exciting part of history, in human history, where no one really knew what the future would hold. Well, I guess they never knew what the future would hold, but at the same time we had such scientific breakthroughs at such a rapid rate that, yeah, it's cool. That's all. The Dominion of Pakistan wants to have a defense pact with them, which will increase our influence here, but I'm pretty sure that will lower our friendship with India, and India is also pretty cool. But we will help Pakistan, because why not? The American reaction. On September 12th, the US Joint Chiefs of Staff recommended the use of nuclear weapons against mainland China. Eisenhower, however, resisted pressure to use nuclear weapons or involve American troops in the conflict. However, on December 2nd, 1954, the United States and the Republic of China agreed to a mutual defense treaty which did not apply to islands along the Chinese mainland. The treaty was ratified by the United States Senate on February 9th, 1955. Relations with People's Republic of China decreased. Utah. I don't know why people in Utah specifically would be more in favor of interventionism, but at the same time, I can't dispute anything regarding that. Could be that Utah is all behind this. And the people of Utah, if I do nothing, will be more jingoistic. I'm pretty scared of Utahns now. They're really, really involved in public relations. And also, either way, the People's Republic of China will hate us, whichever we do, so we might as well get a defense treaty with Taiwan. Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. The newly elected Assembly of Puerto Rico must decide the island's future. In 1950, the US Congress approved Public Law 600, which allowed for a democratic referendum in Puerto Rico to determine whether Puerto Ricans decided to draft their own local constitution. Oh, that was the end of the sentence. Sure. We can create the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, giving them liberty and releasing them as the sovereign nation, which is exactly what we will do. Honestly, I've always found Puerto Rico to be a strange thing, a strange occurrence. It's over here in the Caribbean. No one remembers that it belongs to the United States. No one remembers its existence, apart from a few people who do remember them, and also the Puerto Ricans themselves, who obviously remember themselves. It's not a state, it's a territory. It's not a free country, because it's a territory, as mentioned before. But at the same time, they're not really that integrated into American society, so they're kind of in between. And from what I've heard, they also unfortunately have quite a bit of economic problems at the moment. So I've always been interested in why have they not done anything about them? Trouble in Micronesia. The Micronesian government is besieged by rebels. We will do what we can, sure. It doesn't cost us anything. And Argentina and a few other countries decided to join our glorious bloc, which is always nice and appreciated. So that's a thing. We're in 1954. Time moves, I would say, like a snail, but that I think would be a disfavor and an insult to them. South Vietnam is currently facing a war with another country and has requested United Nations intervention to stop the war. As a permanent member of the UNSC, should we let the resolution pass? We will vote against the resolution. We will support the resolution Let's see, war policy is pacifism. And we will join in the Vietnamese war. And we will enable some sort of rations. Rationing, let's see. Enacts high wartime rationing, goods demand. Goods demand. That will make people mad. This will make people less mad. Sure, let's do that one. And let's attack them and see what happens. South Vietnam has joined our glorious bloc. Thank you, South Vietnam. We are supporting you. We are prepared for this eventuality even. And we have an army ready to go in under Luke Smith, who is apparently went to war college and is also meticulous. We are at war, which means DEFCON 2. And there's no one else joining in to this war. Well, they're at war with Thailand as well. Maybe Thailand is an ally. They are. Nuclear power. We have nuclear power, which means nuclear power plants, which means funny things happening. Which also means that we can get nuclear submarines, but I'm pretty sure we can't do them since we don't have the ports for it. Either way, we are winning over here. We can bring one of our fleets, our battle fleet, the United States Okinawa fleet, to the Gulf of Tonkin to blockade all transport in and out of North Vietnam. I have a good feeling this will work out much better than it did in the future. Annexation of the free territory of Trieste. Okay, who is the one trying to annex it? That's the best outcome. Italy. Sure, Italy, you can have it. I don't care about Trieste, honestly. I don't even remember what happened. Oh, we even got them in our block. See? It was all worth it. And Chile has joined our glorious bloc and something happened with North Vietnam. Status quo. Okay, we already won the Vietnam War. Already. That was a really quick Vietnam War. Where is that? And there's so many things there. And wartime rationing. There we go. Our fleet didn't even manage to get to the Gulf of Tonkin before it was all over. So there will be a station in Turan and the little naval base that is there. Turkey once again requires money. I wonder, did they switch place on Turkey and Greece this time? When Turkey is the one having all the economic troubles all the time. Both of them is in our block, so... Then again, they are in real life too. That doesn't stop them from being a bit mad at each other. So we can go for Dwight D. Eisenhower. I like this presidential election as well. I said before that we are the president. We're not really the president. Dwight D. Eisenhower was the president, I believe. And now we can pick the president. There's no elections really. It's supposed to be an election. We are a democracy, technically speaking in the game terms, yet we are the one who picks the president, not the people, which I love. So we can pick between Dwight D. Eisenhower and Adlai E. Stevenson. If we pick this one, the population will be mad. But we will have a more liberal society. I think we'll go for Adlai E. Stevenson, simply because we can. And canning is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle, being able to. We can do another attempt at rocket launch, and it succeeded. We get 22 prestige, and also a bit more prestige. So I guess that's good. Now we can also go for develop a working space satellite. That's pretty cool. It will cost us 1 million, as everything does. I can say these decisions are fairly expensive for our small little country. And when I say small little country, I mean the leading economic power in the world. So yeah, it's still expensive. Italy wants an alliance. Absolutely. And we will bail out everyone, really. We're the world bailouter. We bail out everyone. And seemingly nothing happened between Germany and East Germany, unfortunately. So we can't really say we solved that crisis. Has anything happened to our little prototype army? It's 45,000 men. It seems a bit more balanced now, I gotta say. It does seem that way. I don't know if that's the truth, but it just seems that way. We have some more men ready. We have some tanks, artillery, fighter bomber. So we will land in our 60,000 men sweet spot. I think that would be fairly nice. and solve most of our issues. At the start of this episode, I said that we had a truce with these guys, and it will be until 1957. Time is just so slow. It's only 1954 at the moment. Increase in New Zealand. There we go, to friendly. And in Iran to friendly. And this is in Iran, which is not a theocratic dictatorship or theocracy. They are an absolute monarchy under the Shah at the moment. Until that changes, that is. Hopefully it doesn't change. Soviet Union, or wait, maybe it changes to being more of a liberal democracy or something. That would be an improvement for us. The Verrazzano Narrows Bridge. What is this? Narrows Bridge, sometimes called simply the Verrazzano Bridge, is the double-decked suspension bridge in the US state of New York. Okay. That's great. Let's do that. Not sure why that is a decision. It seems more like a local thing. Rebellion in Cuba. I think we will salvage what influence we can. Was that the communists taking over? It was. They have taken over. But maybe we can get them back. Maybe we should have been informed that they were a rebellion, and we could maybe help out against what's it called again? Fidel Castro. No, Cuba has left our glorious bloc. Everything is set up for the Cuban Missile Crisis. It will happen. This is terrible news. Soviet Union, don't you dare. Upper House rearranged. Austria has joined our glorious bloc. That's a bit strange, considering Austria has their whole thing with being neutral. Neutrality above all, and such nonsense. That doesn't seem to stop them in this regard. Maybe we should dismantle our armies here. They can't really do anything anyway, and they're sitting here doing nothing. Especially this army. Let's disband this army at the very least. And then we can disband the rest and try to reshape them in our image. In our image, so to speak. It would require a lot of building units, and honestly, I should probably have some notes on my desk on which type of units to make. We'll have to rebuild the entire US Army from scratch. Maybe I will do that while not being in, at least building and ordering units to be made. To do that off screen. Cuba at crossroads. United States were very quick to recognize Castro government and try to seek ways to keep Cuba within the American sphere of influence. Okay. Oh, we only have 10% chance of the Bay of Pigs invasion to succeed. So I think we will try to avoid that. Maybe try to keep good relations with Cuba, despite their communism. At least we will do that this time. Not sure how that will change anything regarding history. Maybe they will still go for their whole, we want to, bomb everyone. Maybe that's not what it said. Let's see. Now we have a decent fleet here. 4 cruisers, rest destroyers. 4 cruisers, 9 destroyers. Let's make another one. Let's make some more. 4 cruisers. Let's see, Washington, San Antonio, Biloxi, Tallahassee, destroyers in, let's make them wherever. Doesn't really matter, they will get there anyway. They're ships, for heaven's sake, and we control the Panama Canal. Doesn't matter if they have to cross the Pacific Ocean to get there. They can get there, and they will get there, more to the point. The United Kingdom's conflict, what? What conflicts is the United Kingdom facing? Cyprus? We will support the resolution. Just let Cyprus go, man. They deserve their own independence to find their own way through life. Trust us, we have let other people go. We let Puerto Rico go peacefully, and they're now our friend and dear ally, who is terrible at industry, but apparently a pretty good pal. And you need that. You need good friends in order to get a good interstate highway system. Yeah, I want that. And then I also want plastic industry. They're a drop feeding technology now. So we never really complete, but we're so close to it. We can attempt to send a satellite into space. That will cost us $1 million, I'm pretty sure. No. Only 25% chance of succeeding? Crap. Well then. I guess we will have to do that multiple times before we finish it, or succeed in it. Another bailout, sure. Argentina, I'm pretty sure they are in our bloc, so I'm happy to see them here. Separatists demand freedom. Minami Torishima. Sure, they will have peace, independence. Minami Torishima. Doesn't seem to have changed anything at all. If they want to go back to being Japanese, I'm fine with that. There's only 155 people, and they're all Japanese. So they might as well become Japanese. Why haven't we made a naval base here? On the Bonin Islands. Or maybe we should have, well, this is Okinawa. Maybe we should have made it on Okinawa itself. But Amara is fine too, it's the same thing. South Vietnam demands recognition of their new regime. Wait, what? Sectarian regime? I mean, they're protected by us, they're allied with Thailand, Thailand. Do we want to go to war against them because freedom? I think not. We want to have them as our ally. Doesn't matter if they have democracy or whatnot, it's just too big of a hassle to fix it. Too big of a hassle, can't be bothered, will cost too much, etc. Really the same arguments that is used to avoid conflict with North Korea and liberating them. It will cost too much. We will have to deal with all the people afterwards, all the refugees. Yeah, just let them all suffer instead. It's much better that way. Upper House rearranged. This is a very split American nation. We have the civil rights movement. Black Anglo added as accepted culture. Sure, let's go for that. I mean, that only allows us to make more armies, which is great. Maybe they should have thought about that. Maybe the Americans should have thought about that a bit more. That if you accept them into your army, you're gonna have, or like if you add them as an accepted culture, you can add them to your armies. To, well, at least the units that you want to have. And that is important. Though I'm pretty sure, let's see, do we have any soldiers that can even be? White Anglo, White Anglo, White Anglo, only White Anglo. As far as I can see. Which is a bit of a shame. A bit of a shame, I must say. Oh, so it doesn't really matter too much. But maybe eventually it will. You never know. We are spending as much as we can on these sorts of things. So really everything is looking up for us. We are earning a bit too much from gold. And I'm just glad we don't have inflation as a thing yet. Because that would be fairly devastating to our country, as it is. Let's see, is the army done yet? How long is it until... Okay, I need to get rid of all these railroad buildings. There we go, and factory construction, there we go. That instantly made it a bit easier to find what I'm looking for. So navy construction, I really don't know if I need to have you either. And let's see. Now it's army construction that I'm interested in, or the armies. So this 60,000 men, it is ready, it is done. It is complete. It consists of 15,000 tanks, 18,000 infantry, and 27,000 artillery, bomber, and fighter. I have a good feeling this will be a well, decent, rounded, maybe not, army. I have no real reason to believe that it will work, but I'm confident, and confidence is a pretty good start. It's a pretty good start, because without confidence you're nothing. And you won't succeed at anything. So you might as well have confidence. And Turkey needs another bailout. Too much money has gone to the Turks. We need to invade them and get our money back. World Bank bailout of Peru. Is no one capable of staying alive? French restoration of order to Algerian provinces. United Nations resolution for the Hungarian Revolution. War of Soviet control over Hungary. Poor Hungary. They're trying to do the revolution. War subsidies. We just give them a little bit of money. That's all we can do. But I'm feeling for them. USA decides to intervene in Hungary on their own. Oh no. That will end in World War III. Oh god, why does everything have to end with United States will have to do this on their own against the entire world? Because this will be... We look at Hungary. They are only at war with the Soviet Union itself, without all of its additional enemies. And we could help out Hungary. We could save Hungary from the Soviet beast. You know what? We will do the same thing we did last time. We will save here. And if things go to hell, we can just reload from that save. And that is really the way we need to do this. So we will help out Hungary. Hungary, we offered you an alliance. Maybe you will call us in. Maybe you won't, but we will send in our army at the moment anyway. Our army is on the way. Have no fear, Hungary. We are on our way. And maybe now we can see if our prototype armies will be of any use. Unless, you know, they don't call us into the war for whatever reason. And now we're the second foremost power in the world, which is a bit of an insult. So Hungary, you're gonna call us in, or you're just gonna stand there? Meanwhile, we will attempt to send another satellite into space. And we failed again. Which is bad. Failing is not great. Okay, Hungary, you can, you know, help us out here. Call us in, mates. How about it? We have all of our armies ready. We even go through enemy territory to get to you. Which I'm pretty sure is not allowed according to international law, but sure. This game doesn't care. We don't care. We're trying to help you. Call us into the war. Chemical warfare capable nation. That's not good. Now we can declare war on them indiscriminately. Gotta rethink our whole strategy on Korean War. God damn it. I just wanted to have an easy Korean War. Come on, Hungary, don't be like this. Don't be like this. We want to help you. Though at the same time, I'm a bit concerned about the amount of Soviet Union troops, and they have a much better composition, which is probably why it goes to hell every time we go to war. I think our whole prototype army will do a lot better in these conflicts. We will participate in this, and we did a lot better. So that's good. That is great. That is a pretty bad tractor though, tractor tank. Kinda want a better tank than that. What does a Soviet tank look like? It's the same kind of tank, honestly. A bit of a... not the most modern tank ever. And it seems Hungary failed to recruit us into the war. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm actually very disappointed. But at the same time, I don't think we can do anything. Can we declare war on them? We probably can, but at the same time that will be pretty bad. It's not really what we want to do. Since that will bring all of their faction in on us. But let's face it, our army is not really capable of handling the Soviet threat. I think that is painfully obvious from looking at the Soviet army over here. We need to have more men. A lot more men, and we need to have it a bit more balanced, I believe. I think we will retreat from Europe. I think that is what we will do. And we will reach Micronesia, and we lost Hungary. Hungary is now a communist dictatorship, which is bad. We failed in helping Hungary. Though at the same time, Hungary didn't want to be helped, so we couldn't really do anything to help them anyway. I think we, honestly, can't have any responsibility for Hungary's failure. They could have called us in, maybe. We offered our hand. What the hell is the United Kingdom even doing? 507,000 men in London standing there under Arthur McCulloch. Who are you at war with again? No one. So they stand with the entire army in London. An army that is 1/4 of the entire London population. So if you walk down London, 1/4 of every person you meet, or I guess 1/5 if you add them in on top of the province population, will be a soldier. That's pretty insane. Pretty insane. So here is what we will leave off, and here is what we will do next episode, or until the next episode, this is what I will do. I will disband all of our armies in other places except for Korea and in Vietnam, in case something happens. I will then order the building of the new units in the shape of this army over here, and in the next episode I think we will just see them being built and transport the completed armies over to the new stations, if we even can be asked to do that. Europe doesn't want us anyway, so fuck Europe. I'm starting to come to that conclusion. Hungary doesn't want our help, Germany doesn't want our help, no one here wants to help us when we want their help, so why should we care? So yeah, that is what we will do. Until next episode, have a good one and thank you for watching.